Welcome to Dare to Dream. I'm Reverend Graham Williamson, and you are on newstreamingnetwork.com and WGSN-DB Going Solo Network Radio, TV, and podcasts, home of Going Solo and Going Bold. Today's topic is, believe it or not, self-enlightenment. I always upset Cece because I work spontaneously. She was right putting up the other bits of the information if you want to get hold of me, if you want to leave a comment and all the rest of it. I am a medium, and my email addresses, here we go. I'm third generation international intuitive evidential medium and psychic. I'm nearly 71 in July, and I've been working with spirit all my life. But every single day, as I was just saying to Cece before we came on air, literally minutes ago, I never even knew the title of the show until Monday morning, lunchtime, something like that. And I've been panicking, wondering, what is the topic of my show? Because the last show I did 2 weeks ago, I had to pre-record because I was being physical and material based instead of spiritually based. Because I was doing some projects in my community. And I will not work both. If I'm doing material stuff, it's to do with self and material aspects. So what's that got to do with self-enlightenment? Well, I honor the gifts that I've been blessed with. We've all got gifts. Some of us take time to find out what they are and amplify them by practice. This is not an ego-based show. You know, I'm not qualified in a number of fields, but I've taken the Morris Pratt course of mediumship, healer, and minister. Because in Florida, from what I found out, you cannot counsel anybody without a psychology or psychiatry a degree. So I became a minister with Universal Life Ministries about 12 years ago. And you can see the certificate there at the back. Because I found out a minister can give in confidence talks and chats and listening and all the rest of it. It's one-to-one, it's private. Because I take my work as a minister and as a medium very seriously. Because with these gifts that we've all got in some degree or another, it's up to us to be honest with ourselves and with you and spirit. Because you've got limited time on this earth. That's why I said about my age. My age, up until 31, was turmoil. Drinking, marriages failed, all the rest of it. Terrible time. But I survived it. I survived a lot of things, and I wondered why. Why should I survive all this? What good is it having all this heartbreak? What good is it having all these sad memories? What good is it? And it dawned on me, how can you help somebody else if you've no experience out of the mundane, follow like a sheep, and yes sir, no sir, no incentive, no inspiration, no intuition. I can't imagine my life without listening to my intuition, my guts, my guides, my experiences. All this stems down to one simple sentence. This is my self-enlightenment. I've learned from all those experiences how to help other people, how to help you and myself. In fact, as I said at the beginning, we were just talking to Cece, and Cece creates beautiful works of art, same as my wife Sandy does. And we're discussing about the works of art and how to do things. And it's not a business for any of us. It's a passion to do something to make other people happy. And that in itself makes me happy to see somebody smile. From within, their eyes light up. Because a lot of people hide their true intention, their true feeling. Being a medium, and I suppose I'm pretty good at judging somebody tell me the truth or not. In fact, the time I was not working spiritual, it was last month, I found people around me lying through their teeth. And it got me very annoyed. Because why would you want to lie? Why would you want to deceive yourself and those you're supposed to be friends with? Think about it. This limited time you've got on this earth, do you know why you're here? Do you know what purpose you have made for yourself before you came into this physical body? Because make no mistake, my friends, you knew what you were going to do, what you wanted to experience in the physical form, because your spirit came here to have a human experience. And I refuse point blank to lie. Yeah, it gets me into trouble. Yeah, people just, why are you like this, Graham? I worked with the Sheriff's Department many years ago and last month at the fairground, Lake County. And the officers knew I don't give a monkey's rats what you think of me. You know you can trust me. Trust. It's a simple word. It's like the word love. Such a simple word. But the connotations, the depth that those two separate words have on your life are profound. Self-enlightenment is being aware of what you say and do matter. Being aware of your words coming from your heart, not ego, have more weight, more import, more input. There's one thing I have an affinity with. I know this sounds masculine in one sense. I get on easier with women than I do with men. But I found out why. I didn't know my father, my paternal father. I knew my stepfather. He gave me sense of purpose. He gave me love and understanding more than my father. But I didn't understand why I had such an anger for him, my real paternal father. Then I started thinking, well, Graham, everybody calls you Graham. That's not your first name. It's just middle name. I thought people were ashamed to use my first name until I was about 21, 22 years of age. Because my father left when I was very young, about a year and a half. And I'm not being negative on this. It's how I'm talking about the show of self-enlightenment. But my stepfather taught me you don't have to be blood to be related. It's your compassion, your empathy, your care, your understanding. And then I began to feel sorry for my paternal father because he missed out on a fantastic family. My 3 sisters and my younger brother. And the reason why they call me Graham is it was so much easier to say my middle name than calling me by my first name should my paternal father stay with us. I go, hey! And we both turn around. Think about it. I got all these preconceived ideas, all wrong. All 21 years of disliking my first name or being embarrassed of using my first name, which, believe it or not, is Clifford. I don't use the name Clifford because people have never used my first name. They've always used my second name, Graham. I feel comfortable with it. Now I understand why they called it me Graham. I understand the light came on and I went, It was to make it easier to communicate. Every minute of your life, my friends, is about self-enlightenment, being aware of your words and actions and of others. It's like the title, Dare to Dream. And I've said this more than once, alongside that is a dream catcher my mum sewed for me. Last gift she gave me. I've mentioned it a few times on my show. But she says, Graham, I should have changed it to dared to dream. I dared to dream. I'm living it. And it's not a dream. My life is so open, so here and now, that every day is an adventure. And I've not got my feet off the ground. They're very grounded. In fact, I've just been out in the garden with my wife and walking around. I love being grounded. I don't live in spirit land. I'm always talking to spirit. No. No. Spirit give me direct connection by using my memories, use my physical memories, by hearing, smelling, speaking, visual, and touch. All five senses. But we've all got a sixth sense, a spiritual connection. When you feel something in your guts, you say yes or no to it. It's psychic. It's a physical, material connection we've all got. Self-enlightenment is being aware of those words and actions and sensations that you've been called upon to remember and to take note of, whether it's just happening or has happened, and how do you respond to it. Enlightenment is about seeing who you truly are. It doesn't matter what anybody says or does, it's how you react to it. The new streaming network is about input, it's about connection, it's about joining different modalities, those experiences you've gone through in your life. It's like a light bulb comes on here, over here, over here, over there, everywhere. I use things around me instinctively, intuitively. And the word host that you can see on the screen, what am I host to? I'm host to my own inner self, my body, my mind, my spirit. As a medium, I've learned to recognize connection of people or beings, if you want to call them that, who have lived on this earth and gone onto the realm of existence. They're physically deceased, passed on, or died. I actually bumped into somebody at the county fair, at Lake County Fairground during the carnival, and somebody knew about my gift as a medium and came up to me and says, "You talk to the dead. You're doing devil's work. You should be a Christian." And I went, okay. Did you know that Jesus Christ resurrected 4 beings, one of which was himself, and 3 others that had died? It's in the Bible, read it. What? Here, chapter verse. I have my Bible, which is quite common. When I do events, I've always got the Bible with me. And I've put a list of certain verses that are apt for spiritualism. I don't talk to a dead body at all. When I saw my mother-in-law deceased, and I went up to her and I was looking around, and I said, "I promise I'm going to look after your daughter and your granddaughters to the best of my ability." When my wife's brother passed away, that was interesting. Been in a major truck accident, and he was physically hanging on He didn't want to die until his daughter got to see him before he passed. And the doctor was around. And I was saying to the doctor, his pulse was going down. Now it's going back up because it's just gone back into his body, his spirit. Every time my brother's spirit entered his body again, he was still fluctuating. He was on a machine that could help him breathe and stay alive. Every time I said he's going back into his body, his heart rate went up. Every time I said he's leaving, his heart rate went down. And I wasn't looking at the machines or at my brother-in-law. I was looking at the doctor. He was looking at the machines. And he was stunned. He says, how do you do that? I said, the spirit is everlasting. It comes from the other realm into the physical body, a spirit having human existence. And then it goes back to the spirit realm. And we're here on this earth for a limited time to find out what purpose we came here to do. You've probably heard about the Buddhist monks and the Taoists and the Kung Fu ministers, Shaolin, that's the word I was looking for, Shaolin. They all do self-enlightenment meditation. They look into their own inner spirit to find their purpose. And they're great teachers. I'm of the Western world, not the Eastern world, but I respect other beliefs. When I was in the forces, 71 to 1986, I was mostly in the Mediterranean, and I purposely went to different churches and beliefs, asking permission to enter and discuss with the ministers, priests, vicars, and all the rabbis and all the rest of it, because I wanted to learn about why I'm here. And guess what? I'm here to teach you. I'm here to teach myself. I'm here to teach my family, loved ones, that I'm doing the best I can with what I know. But I admit I know very little. Even 71 years later, in July, I know very little. And yet instinctively, I can come out with stuff that I thought, well, I've never read that. Where did that come from? Because I know my spirit was active before it entered this physical body when I was born. And I've studied so much stuff afterwards when how did I know this? And I'll write things down and I'll read it up and I'm accurate. How? How did I get to know that? It's because I understood why I'm here. It's to teach other people not to be afraid of death. The physical body always will pass on and go back to its component parts, or if you cremate, into ash. But the spirit doesn't die. It can go dormant. It can be in suspended time if you don't want to leave the realm of your own consciousness and ego and say, I'm safe here. I'm not going to do anymore. I'm not going to do anymore. And people say, when I die, I'm going to wait for the second coming. And that's marvelous. You've got a purpose. But time is different on the other side of existence, as we call living. I've spoken with spirit most of my life, as I said, and they've informed me of so many things. Even that spirit has got to be older than the age that they were on this earth. And some spirits have never been on this earth. But I make sure they are people, not just entities that say, I'm here to help you. Well, give me a name, where you were, what do you want, how do you do this, how do you prove who you are? I ask questions. I don't just take it. Yeah, okay, you're my guide. I have 3 guides. My mother, my grandmother, my grandfather. That's it. I know. And if anybody can get past them who's a negative, they are very, 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 very strong. But they won't. Because love is the barrier to protect. But you've got to love yourself in a good way, not egotistical. I'm no better than anybody else. I just protect myself. My enlightenment, my self-enlightenment, is recognizing I have limitation, but I don't know what they are yet. Not all of them. You see, like every show that I do, I never plan it, ever. When I first started, the first couple of weeks, I did try, but it's like my church services. I used to go and write out a sermon. Ask them, what's your theme of your church or whatever meeting? And then spend hours writing a sermon down. As I get there and I say, I've got it, oh, I've got it all written down. Put it down to read. And I totally don't look at it. And I give a service. I go, how did you know what we were discussing? How did you know this? How did you know that? It's enlightenment. You see, you have gifts. Every single one of you. It's like you look at the picture. Oh, I've changed my camera settings, so I'm not. But that picture of Tower Bridge, I've used it many times. That picture of Dare to Dream, my daughter's eagle, her son's, where is it? I can't do it. Up there. Her son, my first grandson. All these things remind me of something, of moments in my life. I'm so happy I've got so many moments that I see. It's like a light bulb coming on. Happy thoughts. Yes, there's still the negative side. And you have to accept that just as much as you accept the positive. But you don't live in the negative. You don't say, oh, well, you don't know what it's like when you've gone through this heartbreak. You don't know what it's like when you're an addict. You don't know what it's like when you... Yes, I do. I'm a recovered alcoholic. I've been married twice before. I didn't know my children for most of their life. And for the last 23 years, I've found out I've built a bridge back to my children. They're adults, got kids of their own, and I'm proud of their lives. I didn't do a good job as a father, but I'm not going to say, oh, I wish I could have, should have, would have. No, I didn't at the time. It's what I do now that makes me who I am. I've changed. I found out who I am, who I want to be, who I'm going to be. And that is a happy person because I found somebody that loves me as a person, as I am, with all my faults. I've been blessed more times than I care to mention, but especially the last 23 and a half years. Since January, or in fact June of 2001, marrying January 2002. Since the day I met my wife, I'm grounded. I'm more enlightened. I'm more open to spirit because somebody loves me as I am. And she can see I'm changing all the time in a positive way. When I make a mistake, I don't run away from it. I don't do it intentionally. It's like, as I say, I don't plan what I'm talking about. I just know the topic is self-enlightenment. But because I trust my intuition, I trust my guides, the three main guides. I trust my past because it can never change. In the past is how you find the now. And you decide whether it's going to be a good way or a bad way. Because I know if I do better now, the future looks better. I'm not going to say I'm doing it for tomorrow. I'm doing it for now. If I got up and say, I'm out of here, and sit here talking, you won't believe me. But if I got up and left, where'd you go? Is he coming back? Oh, that's what he said. But I'm going to use that as an example for the show. If I'm going to tell you I'm going to do something to the best of my ability, I will. Because I don't want to break my promise to me of being better to help me and you. And I've got to look after myself first. How can I look after you if I'm not looking after myself? Self-enlightenment is understanding the purpose of who you are. Think about it. Who are you? Are you honest with yourself all the time? Do you hide the truth? You know, when you meet somebody for the first time, you can say, yes, I like them. No, I don't. What is it about them that feels good? What is it about them that feels bad? It's only when you look into yourself that that light comes on, the self-enlightenment comes on, and you say, I listened, I learned. Because rest assured, my friend, life isn't easy. People screw it up. But spirit, your spirit, is connected. They are connected. Every single thing on this earth and in this earth and sky are connected by the energy that they emanate. Many mediums go through different ways of finding out what their gifts are. Everybody's, I believe, a good percentage, I should say, have heard about empathy. What is empathy? Think about it. I know empathy to me is being able to stand in their shoes and know exactly how they feel and to uplift them. I'm sorry if you're hearing a squawking, it's one of the cats who likes talking. But you see, empathy, compassion, care, love, all those noble words, they're only noble because you defend them with your heart. But if you defend them with your ego, they lose something. They become brittle. I've got to do it this way. I've got to do it that way because I don't want to look bad in front of other people, and I don't really care about myself. And I'm going to. You're saying all this stuff or doing all this stuff, you're actually lowering your energy. Those, as I say, when I look at this picture of the Tower Bridge, I feel so much connection to it because I remember the day I took that picture. I thought it was just a snapshot, Kodak Instamatic 126 film camera. And I got it, and I thought, wow. I still get goosebumps from it. I still get that tingly feeling down my spine. Because I captured a moment in my life. And all these things, alongside, all these things behind me are moments in my past. They can never change. They came into my life at a certain time. And by looking back, I've learned to recognize the connection and the meaning of what it feels in my heart. Because when you are working on your abilities, working as psychic and or medium, those feelings are so important. Those memories. And those memories spirit use as well. Every time you think of somebody who's passed or something, a bit of music, for example, the Monkees, Daydream Believer. I remember when that first aired on TV. And I want to be, can't they alter the words of Daydream Believer to Daydream Knower? Knower. Doesn't have the same title, I know. I know, I don't just believe. I know that the moment I became enlightened within myself, I knew what I felt. I knew what my gifts meant. I knew why I'm here for that particular moment. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is deja vu. That I've explained a couple of times, but I think it's relevant to self-enlightenment. Your spirit came here to learn and have a human experience. You saw everything prior to coming into your physical body, before you were born of this earth. The deja vu moment is when you actually experience consciously something that was buried in your subconscious prior to being born. You just know you've done this before, but consciously you know you haven't. And that is another enlightening moment. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You came here to have that experience, and then it happens, and you think, that's the experience I know subconsciously I've done before. But consciously, I can't remember. The enlightenment is about recognizing your past, your present, and your future. You can't change one. It's doubtful if you can change two. The only thing you can change is the now. Think about it. You can't change the past. And it's only by doing the now can you start working towards a happier future. There's no guarantee for a happier future, because every time you move, blink, breathe, whatever, something can change. You can stop breathing. You can have a heart attack. Boom, that's it. You're done physically. And then you go up there and you think, dang, I missed a chance there to do something positive. That's why every single day I do something positive. I have 4 celebrations in the morning. I have Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year. Every morning I arose. I am thankful I arose. And being alive is my Christmas present. And my resolution for the new year, to do better today than I did yesterday. I've been saying that for years. And every night I say thank you to Spirit that I've managed to live another day. I'm not seeing that I'm going to die tomorrow or the next day, whenever. I don't think about it, because I know I have no control. The only control I've got is the here and now to do the best I can. That's why I love doing my shows, Dare to Dream. I've been going a couple of years now, and I don't think I've repeated more than one, apart from the pre-recordings. Every single one is spirit-led, because I'm here to help you. Anybody who wants to listen, anybody who wants to share or comment, please, you can contact me. I do have a couple of email addresses, and if CC's, there she goes, she's brilliant, Oliver. Now, if you want to email me, one's a medium77@gmail.com, a medium77@gmail.com, or the Brit77, that's THEBRITT77@hotmail.com. Send me an email and I'll answer it as best I can and as soon as I can. But if you want to call me, you can call Florida, USA 352-409-1060. Leave a voice message. If you don't, I won't respond. We all know about these telemarketers, scam calls, and all this. My job is to enlighten you as well as myself. My job is a vocation, is my life. I don't consider it work. And that was one of the things we had a laugh with just before we started the show. Creating things. My wife and Cece create beautiful works of art. Bracelets, necklaces, that she does. And all these things are because we enjoy making people smile. My show, Dare to Dream, is about spiritual connection. Your spiritual connection with yourself and those that you love and have loved. And love is the strongest gift you will have. Love life to the best of your ability. Be honest all the time, even if it hurts you. Because if you lie verbally, that is weakening your purpose. If you're here to cause mayhem, trouble, and all the rest of it, look at the world around you. They need people that stand up and say, nope, I ain't lying to you. This is it. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. I'm not here to beg, steal, or borrow. It's a gift to give from the heart to you. I enjoy giving my time to you, even though I don't know how much time I've got on this earth. I'm not worried about it. My show, Dare to Dream, is about exploring spirit, exploring avenues, being more self-enlightened. I don't know what tomorrow's going to come. I don't know what is going to come tomorrow. But whatever it is, I'm going to deal with it the best I can. I'm going to deal with myself the best I can. I'm going to deal with anything that comes towards me as best I can. I'm not saying I'm going to succeed or fail. The enlightenment part is knowing you are not limited. The moment you limit yourself by saying, oh, I can only do this, or I can only do that, or I don't want to do anything else, I just want to do it. That's limiting. That is closing positivity and negativity from your life. And you've got to have them both. You have to have positive and negative in balance. The second you say one side or the other is more important, you change the balance. Energy is in everything around you and within you. You're made up of energy. That's why you're attracted to certain colors, certain sounds, certain smells and tastes, everything. Every single thing that is perceived by you consciously and subconsciously can change you. You can become enlightened only by recognizing it and doing the best you can with it. A few years ago, I started talking to this lady who said she'd got a network going. It turned out to be New Streaming Network, Going Solo, TV, podcasts, and all the rest of it. And as I say, I've been going a couple of years now. Funny, isn't it? But every single show I do, which is every other Wednesday, my next show will be, 23rd now? So I'll have to look at my map. There are. May the 7th is my next show. And it starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Wednesday. I enjoyed talking with you, to you, for you. I hope you'll come back again. As I say, if you want to get hold of me, please contact through the emails medium77@gmail.com or thebrit, THEBRITT77@hotmail.com. Leave me a message or call me Florida, USA 352-409-1060. Leave a voice message. You can also connect with me on Facebook. Look up Graham Williamson. You can see my face. There I am, or Medium Graham Williamson on my other page. Contact me. I'm here for you and for others. And I want to thank you for being here this long, and thank you, Cece, for all that you do. To say, I am the host, Graham Williamson, third generation international intuitive, evidential medium and psychic, and my show is Dare to Dream. And I want to wish you a wonderful evening, morning, daytime. And I want to say, please connect with New Streaming Network. We have all the shows recorded. And there's many other topics. And please enjoy, like, share, comment, and subscribe, because with you subscribing makes this more open to other people. Thank you again. And I'll say good night and see you in 2 weeks, and have a wonderful day.